Today I came outside purposely to stare at trees, not to get somewhere, not because I had to. I literally left my apartment, took a metro, walked to the park just to look at trees. And I didn't even think twice about it until I got here, looking at how green the environment, how serene, and there are some water bodies around this place as well. So the environment is just so serene, and I love how peaceful the place is. The Tina who left Ghana in 2023 is definitely not going to recognize me right now, because why would I go out just to look at trees? Hello everyone, welcome back to the Tinaverse. My name is Tina. If you are new here, I'm a Ghanaian girl living in Montreal, Canada. And on this channel, I talk about diaspora life, career stuff, Ghanaian culture, and honestly just everything. Today's video is a little different. It's not heavy, not a deep dive, just real. Because I was standing here looking at trees today, and I just thought to myself, how many things do I just do now automatically that would make people who knew me back at home look at me and be like, is this girl losing her mind? So I made a list and we are going to go through it together. If you've ever moved countries, I promise you, you're going to relate to at least 3 of these. So let's get right into it. So number 1, going out for no productive reason. In Ghana, I don't remember ever going out just to enjoy nature. I usually went outside to get somewhere, going to run an errand, to visit someone. The sun is not your friend, it's an obstacle. So I tried to avoid the sun as much as I could. It was mostly me trying to get from point A to point B as fast as possible, ideally in an air-conditioned car. You'd never find me going for a walk on a sunny day. That concept didn't exist in my life, not at all. But here in Canada, I have a whole walking playlist. I even have a favorite route, and I intentionally came to the park today just to see trees and enjoy nature. And the interesting part is that I actually love it. I love every bit of it. I've stopped taking warmth for granted. And I mean this literally and figuratively. Literally, after experiencing a Canadian winter, the first warm day feels like a gift from God personally. I now understand sunshine in my soul, especially in times like this when I'm feeling all sun-kissed and the sun is shining on my face. Oh my God. It's one of the best feelings ever. I appreciate it deeply and completely. Ghana gave me sunshine for free my whole life, and I never for once said thank you. So now I'm saying it. Thank you. And figuratively, the warmth of people, the warmth of community, the warmth of a home-cooked meal, or the warmth of a familiar voice, or someone who has known you almost your entire life. You honestly don't know what you have until you're completely far away from it. And now, I never take that for granted. Also, when you move abroad, especially in the beginning, you mostly don't have your people around you, your friends, your family, the people who just get you without an explanation. And you have 2 choices. You either fall apart from the loneliness, or you figure out how to be genuinely okay with yourself. And I've learned to take myself on walks. I've learned to sit at the cafe alone and enjoy it. I've learned to make my own decisions without having to consult 10 family members. And I've also learned to trust my own judgments. Basically, I've become my best own company. And that independence, as hard as it was to build, is one of the best things that has ever happened to me. I know myself better in a way that I don't think I would have if I decided to stay comfortable. Back at home, I never checked the weather, not even once, not a single time in my life. The weather in Ghana is warm, and that's just it. That's the whole forecast. It's either just warm or it's warm with rain. You don't need an app for that. Now I check the weather app before I decide what to eat for breakfast, before I make plans for my day, before I commit to an outfit. And the funny part is that I have 3 weather apps on my phone and I consult all of them. And I'll say Canada did this to me, Canada specifically, because you step outside confident and happy, and then when you realize the temperature is minus 20 something, your face stops working. So now I check the app every single time, and I think I'm going to be doing that forever. I now actively celebrate being a Ghanaian. This might sound strange, like, shouldn't you always celebrate where you are coming from? But the thing is that when you are home, your identity is just the air you breathe. You don't see being Ghanaian as a big deal or something you should think about, because everybody around you is Ghanaian. Jollof rice is just rice. Our languages are just a means of communication. And our indigenous clothes like the kente, the African print, are just things that you wear to events. You don't need any performance to protect it or explain it. But when I first moved to Hungary and then later to this place, which is Canada, I suddenly understood what it meant to be the Ghanaian. I understood what it felt like to be the person representing an entire country and culture in rooms. When I was in Budapest, for instance, in my master's class, I was the only Ghanaian there. Even though there were other Africans in my class, I was the only Ghanaian. So you can imagine there were conversations where you had to explain to people what it meant to be a Ghanaian or to be from Ghana. I spoke to somebody from South Africa and they didn't know what yam was, and I was surprised because, like, in Ghana, who doesn't know yam? So I was so surprised that there was somebody who existed in this world who didn't know what yam was. But yeah, it is real. And this person is even African. So in such situations, you get to represent your country and explain what it is to be a Ghanaian to people who have never even thought about Ghana, who didn't even know that a place like Ghana existed. And by doing this, something shifted. I started paying attention to things I took for granted. I started being proud out loud on this channel, on TikTok, and even sometimes in the way I dress, and also in the conversations that I have. I made it a point to start making videos about Ghana, talk about the Ghanaian culture to people who have never heard of things that I describe. And every single time, the response reminds me that this matters. This is worth talking about. Living in the diaspora does something to you. It takes the things that were invisible because they felt normal, and then it makes them precious. You now tend to attach some value to those things that you previously took for granted or you previously took lightly. I don't remember ever celebrating being Ghanaian as I do now. And honestly, I think it is one of the most unexpected gifts of living abroad. So there you have it. Going on nature walks, respecting warmth, celebrating my identity more loudly than I ever did back at home. If you moved countries or even just moved cities, I want to know, what is something that your old self would find completely bizarre? Tell me in the comments, because I genuinely want to know. I'm very curious. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because everything I talk about here is something that you definitely fit in. And next time you see someone standing in the park alone, just staring at trees with a big smile on their face, that might just be me, and I'm not ashamed. I'll see you in my next one. It's bye for now. Mwah.